Imagine a world where your voice echoes in an empty room, your achievements vanish like smoke, and your very existence seems to fade into the background. For many of us, this isn't just imagination, it's a daily reality. You're here because you're tired of feeling invisible, of being treated like you're nothing more than a footnote in someone else's story. The constant dismissal, the casual disregard, the soul-crushing feeling that your thoughts and feelings don't matter. It's a silent battle that leaves invisible scars. But what if I told you that this ends today, that the power to command respect and assert your worth has been within you all along, waiting to be unleashed? Welcome to a journey of Stoic transformation, where we'll turn the tables on those who've underestimated you and reclaim the dignity that's rightfully yours. In this video, you'll discover powerful Stoic techniques to assert your value, set unshakable boundaries, and cultivate an inner strength that demands respect. Get ready to revolutionize how others perceive and treat you. If you find value in this journey, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe for more insightful Stoic content. Now, let me ask you this. What's one experience where you felt overlooked or disrespected? Share your thoughts in the comments below. The invisible man syndrome, recognizing when you're being devalued. Picture this. You're in a team meeting, bursting with ideas. You open your mouth to speak, but your colleague talks right over you. The manager nods approvingly at your co-worker's suggestion, which, ironically, is the very same idea you've been trying to share for weeks. Sound familiar? This scenario is just one of many signs that you're being treated as insignificant. Other red flags include having your opinions consistently ignored or dismissed, being left out of important decisions or conversations, watching your accomplishments get downplayed or go unacknowledged, and seeing others take credit for your ideas or work. These experiences aren't just frustrating, they're symptoms of what I call the invisible man syndrome. The psychological impact of feeling invisible is far more profound than many realize. It's a silent erosion of your self-esteem and confidence, chipping away at your sense of worth day by day. This constant dismissal can lead to increased anxiety and depression as you start to question your value in both professional and personal spheres. Feelings of helplessness creep in, convincing you that you have no control over how others perceive or treat you. This negative self-talk becomes a vicious cycle, often resulting in self-fulfilling prophecies where you begin to expect and accept poor treatment as the norm. But here's the crucial thing to understand. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards reclaiming your dignity. By acknowledging that you're being devalued, you're already beginning to break free from the invisible chains that have been holding you back. It's not about playing the victim. It's about becoming aware so you can take action. Remember, the goal isn't to seek validation from those who undervalue you. It's to cultivate an unshakable sense of self-worth that no external treatment can diminish. In the following sections, we'll explore how Stoic wisdom can be your guiding light out of this invisibility and into a life where you command the respect you deserve. Stoic wisdom. Your worth is not determined by others. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. These words from Epictetus strike at the heart of our discussion. But what happens when you can't always choose your company? This is where the Stoic principle of the dichotomy of control becomes your secret weapon. Understanding what's within our control and what isn't is crucial. Your worth? That's in your control. Others' opinions? Not so much. The Stoics teach us that basing our self-worth on others' opinions is a recipe for misery. Instead, Stoicism empowers us to define our own value, independent of external validation. Epictetus, a former slave turned influential philosopher, had much to say about self-worth and external validation. He famously stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle is golden when dealing with those who undervalue you. Epictetus warns against the danger of seeking approval from others, arguing that it's a fool's errand that leads to a life of anxiety and disappointment. Instead, he advocates for developing an internal locus of evaluation. Try this practical exercise. Each night, reflect on your actions. Did you act with integrity? Did you stay true to your principles? If yes, then you've succeeded, regardless of others' opinions. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, offers another perspective on inner strength and resilience. In his Meditations, he writes, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This isn't just ancient wisdom, it's a call to action. Developing mental fortitude against external judgments is key to maintaining your sense of worth. Marcus Aurelius practiced a technique we can adopt: negative visualization. Spend a few minutes each day imagining scenarios where you're disrespected or overlooked. Then, mentally rehearse responding with dignity and self-respect. This Stoic technique builds an unshakable self-esteem that's impervious to others' treatment. By internalizing these Stoic principles, you create a fortress of self-worth that no external force can breach. Remember, the goal isn't to become indifferent to others, but to become indifferent to their power over your self-perception. As we move forward, we'll explore how to translate this inner strength into actionable steps that will transform how you interact with the world and, consequently, how the world interacts with you. Breaking the chains. Practical steps to assert your value. Now that we've laid the philosophical groundwork, it's time to get practical. How do we translate Stoic wisdom into actionable steps that will change your life? Let's start with cultivating self-respect through Stoic practices. The cornerstone of this is daily Stoic journaling. Each morning, take 10 minutes to reflect on your values and how you intend to embody them throughout the day. In the evening, review your actions. Did you live up to your principles? Where can you improve? This practice isn't about self-criticism, it's about growth and self-awareness. Another powerful Stoic technique is premeditatio malorum, essentially preparing for the worst. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing challenging scenarios where your worth might be questioned. How will you respond with dignity? This mental rehearsal builds resilience and confidence. Remember, true self-respect isn't about external achievements, it's about living virtuously. Focus on cultivating wisdom, justice, courage, and self-control in your daily interactions. As you align your actions with these virtues, you'll find your self-respect naturally growing stronger. Now let's talk about setting healthy boundaries with confidence. Did you know that 80% of people struggle with saying no in both personal and professional settings? This stops today. Start by identifying your personal limits and non-negotiables. What behavior from others is absolutely unacceptable to you? Once you're clear on this, practice communicating these boundaries clearly and unapologetically. A Stoic approach to boundary setting involves calm assertiveness. For example, if someone consistently interrupts you, you might say, "I value your input, but I need to finish my thought first. I'll listen to you fully once I'm done." Remember, setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's an act of self-respect that ultimately benefits all your relationships. Communicating your worth effectively is the final piece of this puzzle. The key is to master the art of assertive communication, Stoic style. This means expressing your needs and feelings clearly, using I statements. Instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try, "I feel undervalued when my ideas aren't acknowledged." This approach is less confrontational and more likely to lead to positive change. Practice maintaining stoic calm in confrontational situations. Take a deep breath, remind yourself of your inherent worth, and respond rather than react. Remember, asserting your value isn't about aggression or domination. It's about standing firm in your worth and communicating it effectively. As you implement these stoic practices, journaling, preparing for challenges, setting boundaries, and communicating assertively, you'll find that people's treatment of you begins to shift. You're no longer the person who can be easily dismissed or overlooked. You're becoming someone whose presence commands respect, not because you demand it, but because you embody it. In our next section, we'll explore how to maintain this newfound dignity, even in the face of persistent disrespect. The art of indifference, mastering stoic apathy. Apathy, isn't that just not caring about anything? If that's what you're thinking, you're not alone. But stoic apathy, or apatheia, is far from the modern notion of disinterest or emotional numbness. In fact, it's a powerful tool for self-preservation and personal growth. Stoic apathy is about cultivating a state of equanimity, a calm acceptance of things as they are, without being swayed by extreme emotions or external circumstances. It's not about suppressing your feelings, but rather about not letting those feelings control you or cloud your judgment. So how can we apply this concept of stoic apathy to toxic relationships and situations where we're consistently undervalued? First, it's crucial to identify toxic individuals and behaviors. These might include people who constantly criticize you, dismiss your achievements, or make you feel small. Once identified, use stoic apathy to neutralize their emotional impact on you. Remember, their behavior says more about them than it does about you. When someone treats you poorly, instead of reacting with anger or hurt, try responding with calm indifference. This doesn't mean accepting mistreatment. Rather, it means not allowing their actions to disturb your inner peace. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This encapsulates the power of Stoic apathy in dealing with those who undervalue you. By becoming indifferent to others' negative opinions or treatment, you free yourself from the need for their approval. This indifference becomes a shield, protecting your self-worth from external attacks. But remember, Stoic apathy isn't passive. Sometimes, the most powerful action you can take is to walk away. The Stoics believed in living according to virtue, and if a relationship or situation consistently undermines your dignity, choosing to remove yourself can be the most virtuous path. As you practice Stoic apathy, you'll find that it doesn't just protect you from negativity, it also opens up new possibilities. When you're no longer reactive to others' treatment of you, you gain the clarity and emotional stability to make decisions based on your values rather than on fear or the need for approval. This is true freedom. In our next section, we'll explore real-life examples of how people have used these Stoic principles to transform from doormats to dignified individuals, commanding respect in all areas of their lives. From doormat to dignified, real-life Stoic transformations. Meet Richard, a 28-year-old software developer who was the quintessential office pushover. His ideas were routinely stolen by colleagues. He was always the one staying late to finish others' work, and his contributions were consistently overlooked in team meetings. Richard's breaking point came when he was passed over for a promotion he had worked tirelessly for, with his manager citing his lack of leadership qualities. This wake-up call led Richard to discover Stoicism and embark on a transformative journey. Richard began by implementing daily Stoic practices. He started each morning with meditation, focusing on what he could control, his actions and reactions. He kept a journal, reflecting on his values and how to embody them at work. The turning point came when Richard applied the Stoic principle of speaking the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. In a team meeting, when a colleague tried to pass off Richard's idea as their own, Richard calmly but firmly pointed out that it was his original concept. The room fell silent, but Richard stood his ground, embodying the Stoic virtue of courage. Over the next few months, Richard's colleagues noticed a shift. He set clear boundaries, politely declining to take on extra work that wasn't his responsibility. He spoke up more in meetings, offering valuable insights without seeking validation. When faced with criticism, he responded with equanimity, taking constructive feedback on board while dismissing unfair comments. 6 months later, Richard was not only promoted, but was leading his own team. His advice to others: Stoicism taught me that respect starts with self-respect. Once I valued myself, others had no choice but to follow suit. Now let's turn to Emilia, a 35-year-old teacher whose personal relationships were marked by constant disrespect. Her partner frequently dismissed her opinions, her friends often cancelled plans last minute, and her family took her for granted. Emilia's Stoic journey began when she stumbled upon a quote from Marcus Aurelius: "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Emilia started by practicing Stoic indifference to things outside her control, others' opinions and actions. She focused instead on living virtuously, making decisions based on her values rather than others' expectations. When her partner dismissed her ideas, instead of feeling hurt, she calmly restated her point and asked for respect. With friends who consistently let her down, she practiced the Stoic principle of choosing her company wisely, investing more in relationships that were mutually respectful. The most significant change came in Emilia's family dynamics. She stopped overextending herself to please everyone and started expressing her needs clearly. When met with resistance, she remained calm, explaining her position without becoming defensive. Gradually, her family began to see her in a new light. They started valuing her time and opinions more, and family gatherings became more balanced and enjoyable. Emilia's transformation rippled through all areas of her life, leading to more fulfilling relationships and a stronger sense of self. Her journey shows that by changing our response to disrespect, we can fundamentally alter how others treat us. Stoic strategies for maintaining your newfound dignity. You've come a long way on your Stoic journey, but the real challenge lies in maintaining this newfound dignity day in and day out. One powerful tool in your Stoic arsenal is the use of daily affirmations and visualizations. Start each morning by crafting powerful, Stoic-inspired affirmations. For example, "I am the master of my perceptions and reactions," or "My worth is determined by my character, not others' opinions." Repeat these to yourself, really feeling their truth. Then spend a few minutes visualizing yourself embodying these principles in challenging situations. See yourself responding with calm dignity when someone tries to belittle you. This mental rehearsal strengthens your resolve and prepares you for real-life scenarios. But affirmations alone aren't enough. The true test comes when you're face-to-face with disrespect. This is where practicing virtue becomes crucial. Imagine you're in a meeting and a colleague rudely dismisses your idea. Your instinct might be to lash out or withdraw. Instead, channel the 4 Stoic virtues: wisdom, justice, courage, and self-control. Respond with wisdom by considering whether their dismissal has merit. Act with justice by addressing the issue fairly. Show courage by standing firm in your convictions. Exercise self-control by managing your emotional reaction. By consistently choosing virtuous behavior in the face of disrespect, you not only maintain your dignity, but also naturally command respect from others. Remember, this is a lifelong practice. There will be setbacks, moments when you falter. But as Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Each challenge is an opportunity to strengthen your Stoic resolve. By incorporating these strategies into your daily life, you're not just maintaining your dignity, you're continually elevating it. You're becoming a living example of Stoic principles, inspiring respect not through demand, but through the unwavering strength of your character. And there you have it, your Stoic blueprint for commanding the respect you deserve. Remember, true dignity comes from within, not from others' opinions. If this video resonated with you, smash that like button and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to elevate your life. Your journey doesn't end here, though. Check out this video to take your personal growth to the next level. Until next time, stand tall, stay stoic, and never let anyone treat you like you're nothing, because you're everything.